This is Terror House Radio with Matt Forney and Bryden Proctor.
Yeah, welcome to Terror House Radio, episode 73. I'm Matt Forney, your charming and loquacious host and the founder and editor-in-chief of Terror House Press. With me, as always, is the world's only comedian, my co-host, Bryden Proctor.
What's going on, champ? How are you?
I'm doing great. I had a struggle getting home from the mall, but
I thought you were going to say I had a stroke.
Why would I have a stroke?
I don't know. It happens to people.
Oh, have you started believing those ads that have popped up on buses? See, even young people get strokes too. Heart attacks in teenagers aren't uncommon.
Wait, is that a thing that's been popping up? I haven't seen a bus that I've seen the ad for in a long time. I haven't. I avoid them.
Well,
maybe.
Well, I mean, I figured you'd see plenty of them down when you're working your shift at the bus stop, but
No. There's too many balls in my face for that. What are you talking about? I get it in, okay? I'm there to make some money, Matt. I'm sucking those dicks.
Now, the people posted this on Twitter. Roosh posted it on his Telegram. Like, all these PSAs have suddenly started appearing in places like Canada and parts of like New York, saying that like you're not too young to get a stroke. Heart attacks can happen in children under age 12.
Well, that doesn't seem right. I mean, like, yeah, you're not too young to have a stroke or a heart attack. Like, if you're, like I knew a guy who had a stroke when he was, like, 27. Like, it happens.
Happens, but does it happen enough to justify a PSA?
No. That seems weird.
Gee, I wonder what could have happened in the past year that would make strokes and heart disease more likely among younger people.
Racism. George Floyd was killed.
George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery.
Yeah.
Jacob Blake.
I heard Kyle Rittenhouse killed black people.
Yeah, he killed black people. While shouting the N-word.
This is what I heard. He
shouted the N-word. He pulled his T-shirt off like the Hulk, and then he just started firing like doing a 360 no scope like in Call of Duty.
That's what I heard, like, from the prosecution in that case. So,
yeah. If he walks, definitely it's proof that we are a racist country.
I think so. I think so. But no, I haven't seen any of those. Like, I think I sent you the picture. I saw a bus around here that was like, report hate crimes to the FBI. And it's like, what? Like, I had never seen that on a bus before. And I thought that was weird. Like, sure. Yeah. If somebody is burning crosses or something, you might want to tell the authorities about that. But it seemed weird for a bus ad, because usually bus ads are like, have you been hit by a bus? Call me. I'm a lawyer. That type of shit. Or like SeaWorld passes. Did you know that they're cheap? Like that type of shit.
Well, you know what my thinking is right now? I mean,
I never did.
Bryden, you're like the only guy I know my age who listens to talk radio. Like,
sure.
We're the only people under the age of 55 who listen to talk radio. So I'm sure you've heard plenty of like PSAs for autism over the years.
Yeah.
One out of 165 children will be born with autism. Then it became 1 out of 150. Then it became 1 out of 110.
I didn't know it was that much. Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's not good.
With all the appearance of these PSAs suddenly warning of, and not just PSAs, there's been articles being running in CNN about this. Like CNN, there's suddenly a jump in the number of young people who are having heart attacks. I wonder if the PSAs for autism were also trying to preempt something.
Immigration.
See, there you go.
Yeah, I think that might be it. No, I haven't.
Building the wall was our last defense against
autism.
Groiperism.
That's why they wouldn't build the damn wall so much. All they do is just like play Civilization 5, and they're like,
all we had to do to destroy the nascent anime industry was build the wall.
Oh goddamn! Yeah, that would rule. No, but I haven't seen any of that. Like, how you got to send me some of these links. Like, I have not seen fucking anything about this. I'm not saying it's not a thing that's happening. It seems exactly like a thing that would be happening. But, like,
Well, it's
there's
like
no way it just says, like, hey, if you're 12, yeah, you might just have heart attacks. Unless it shows, like, a fat kid, like a really obese kid smoking cigarettes and, like, eating a fucking turbo pop or what the fuck ever. He's like, I don't care. Then the ad is disingenuous.
Well, all ads are disingenuous. But,
yeah, but in a good way.
But yeah, I'll send it to you. Like I said, they've been posting these ads up in places like Toronto, New York City, and this has just been in the past month.
Yeah, 12-year-old kids don't typically have heart attacks, man. That's not a thing. Like, old guys like us, we can have heart attacks, but it's not.
Speak for yourself.
Even
Speak
that's
for
rare.
yourself.
Matt, I was going to say even that's rare, but it's less rare for me than you.
Are you sure?
Yeah. All I do is get fucking furious. You fucking, climbing in and out of dumpsters to scare children, that's got to be hard, Pennywise.
Okay. You took that in a funny direction. I was about to get you there, but...
But you realized you're not funny?
No. I was about to...
I
was about to point out that you've admitted to having high blood pressure.
Yeah, I haven't had my blood pressure checked at the Kroger for a long time. I should though.
Just assume it's the same, unless something has happened to improve your health since then significantly.
Well,
I know you're hitting the weights, but
I think it's been a little. I've been busy with fucking being cool, like
cool.
Playing Final Fantasy 12 and.
Very cool.
Streaming to 9 people, bro. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of, started from the bottom. Now I'm all the way up here, buddy. So, but
started down here, and now I can't even display it on the camera.
Slightly above this much. Not as much as I was in, let's say, 2020 or 2018. Some would call it a decline. I say buy the Bryden dip. That's what I say. I say buy the Bryden dip. But no, I think I'm just scared of blood pressure machines at the store. They look far too much like, you go into the CVS and already you're like, it's very, like besides like the energy drinks you can buy, it's like, it looks kind of like a hospital on purpose. I don't like it. So that raises, my blood pressure. And then they make you sit in a chair, like it's some sort of an execution thing, and then it bites your arm, Matt. It bites your arm. So I think
scary.
I think I was just too terrified of the blood pressure machine.
Yeah, I can see why you'd be terrified of someone grabbing your arm and not letting go. Yeah. It reminds you of your shift at the bus stop.
Yes. Well, I mean, dude, it sucks when somebody tries to short you on your services, okay? Because that costs 3 times as much. Thank God they don't do blood pressure machines where they grab the back of your head,
Those are coming.
Well, that's what the clients say.
Have you seen like there was some fat person on Twitter complaining that blood pressure machines are fat phobic because her arm was so big she couldn't fit in one.
Oh, well, yeah. Doctors have to get like extra extender things for obese people. So yeah,
they get, like extra long needles right to their ass.
Right. Yeah. Well,
like a fucking cartoon needle, like something you'd see on SpongeBob.
Well, I don't think there was ever a needle in SpongeBob. Maybe more Ren and Stimpy. But yeah. No, it's not fat. But like, listen, how about this? If your arm can't fit in the fucking machine, you have high blood pressure. I think that's the first test. Is if it doesn't go in, like, then you have high blood pressure.
Yeah, that's pretty much a given.
Right. My high blood pressure is all through stress. I drink a lot. Well, not as much as I'd like, but I drink a lot, and I'm so mad all the time.
You scream a lot into the camera?
Oh, all the time I scream.
You scream a lot at me?
I scream at you just constantly. I sometimes feel bad about it. It's not that you're a bad guy. It's just that you say and do things that make me go crazy.
I'm not going to go there. But yeah. Have you considered
I don't want to fuck you. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Is you were like, oh, I know. It means gay sex because you're a bald faggot. That's why. All right?
I was going to point out.
Say one thing. Fuck you. This is you're killing me. This is like my best friend is this fucking fat fucking bald blob of poured into a fucking leather jacket, suede jacket with a zip up or something. I don't know what he's doing. And he's just like, oh yeah, it's actually gay. You're actually gay. So if you cared about me, you wouldn't do these things. You eating any fucking Jolly Ranchers whole recently? I mean,
I was at the store actually, and I was going to buy some Jolly Ranchers to prove a point, but I forgot.
what are you going to prove the point of that? What?
I was going to eat them on stream to annoy you.
Well, it should annoy me because it's a sucking candy.
You're not going to let this go, are you?
No, I'm not, because I eat Jolly Ranchers all the time. You're doing it wrong. Now, I will say, the next time you see Jolly Ranchers, I do want to know, check and see if it has high fructose corn syrup in it, or if it's fucking cane sugar. Because if it's cane sugar, you can stock up, and I will buy those Jolly Ranchers from you. I'll pay the shipping and give you an extra fucking bit of cash to do it.
It's cane sugar. I know that for a fact because I've bought Skittles here and they're cane sugar.
You gotta send me some candy, Matt. You gotta show me how much it costs. Whatever, I'll pay you to do it. You gotta mail me some fucking candy. I'll pay you all the fucking cost. It sounds like a fun adventure, and you can send whatever neat candy as long as it's not that they're like, here's a spicy corn cob. It's candy. That's retarded. I don't like that part of Mexican
I've never
candy.
seen shit like that. Most of the original candy here in Mexico that's not handmade is like knockoffs of what you have in the States. Like they have their own version of Hostess with like the ho-hos and stuff, but it's not Hostess. It's just something Mexican.
Hostess.
Yeah, it's or what's the fucking Twinkies? Yeah, they have Twinkies, but they're not Twinkies. They're
Twinkeros.
There you go.
No, I want American stuff with the cane sugar in it. All right, like Mexican Coke, like that Coca-Cola. I mean, I want Mexican Coke too, but like, we're not doing the drug deals. I want, if you can find it with the cane sugar of like Skittles, Jolly Ranchers, all of that. I want that. Send that shit to me. I'll pay for the shipping. I'll pay for your shopping trip, and you can buy yourself some beef jerky or whatever the fuck when you're there. Just do me the solid of sending it to me because I want it. I want to give it a try.
No problem, man. It's not that expensive. I think like you were.
Well, no, it's fucking Skittles.
Well, a couple episodes ago, you were flashing a bag of like sour Skittles on screen. A bag of that size in Mexico costs like about 75 cents.
It's $2.19 here. Let's go to Walmart.
Ridiculous.
Let's go to Walmart. Then it's $1.89. But one thing I've noticed, you can't get normal size candy bars anymore. Everywhere just has. You remember they were like the jumbo size, giant size, whatever, like the bigger candy bars. Everywhere is just bigger candy bars now. They don't do like the normal Kit Kats. These are big Kit Kats. They don't do just like the everything's just bigger packages. It's like the jumbo giant size of it. It's weird.
So wait, they're using big packages, but the candy is small?
No. I mean, it's more candy than like a normal one would get you. But obviously, years ago, like the giant bar or whatever was cut in half, and they said it was for shipping reasons, which does make sense. But you're still getting more, but like they just don't have the normal one. Like I want a bag of Skittles that big. That's how much a bag of Skittles used to be. Was about like that. Now every bag of Skittles is like that. So it's a.
They have like the share size here. That's like this big.
That's what it is. That every single one of them is like that. I mean, I get like the big bags of the candy that I like because it's like not that much more expensive. It's just inconvenient to travel with. But yeah, it's something I've noticed. You really don't get like Kit Kat's 4 bars. Bullshit, dude. You're getting 6 or 8. I haven't bought a Kit Kat bar in a while, but like it's bigger portions, but they got rid of all of the normal sized fucking candy, unless it's like something you buy from like some school fundraiser or something. Which every time, if you had the cash, you should buy from school fundraisers. They're probably not just pocketing the money. A lot of them are, but they're probably not doing that.
Just buy it. The kid needs to make his quota.
It's $1. They banned equipment or whatever.
Yeah, that's interesting. I was afraid you were going to say that the shrinkflation was affecting this, which it probably is affecting other shit. If you're familiar with shrinkflation.
Well, yeah, I think that what it did was like they started making the normal size candy bars so small that it would be noticeable. So they just said fuck that and started doing the giant size ones exclusively.
There you go.
And you still to this day you get a little bit more. It is noticeably bigger, but like I'm sure that is shrunk as well.
They've been doing that for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
I remember this when I was a kid. You remember those like High C or whatever it was called, those juice boxes as a kid?
Capri Sun? No, High C. Yeah. The box ones. Yeah.
For the longest time when I was a kid, they were 8 ounces. And then one day, suddenly, they were 6.5 ounces.
Well, they probably should be. That's nothing but sugar. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. But like that's the other side. Inflation is not just prices going up. It's also they'll keep stuff at the same price, but they'll just shrink the quantity subtly so that you don't notice.
And good on them. I mean, honestly, like I look at it this way: like, yeah, I should eat less candy bars. You
could accomplish that on your own by not being such a fucking fat ass.
Hey, I had a salad the last fucking yesterday and the day before for lunch, dick face.
Were those like the only 2 salads you've had in the past month?
Yeah. You got to start somewhere.
Just little steps, Brian. Little steps towards not the debilitating heart attack you'll have at age 40.
I would love, and men in my family die of heart attacks. The way that it happens is we have a little heart attack in our 50s, and then we have our big one somewhere between 50 and 70. Depends on, who you are. But yeah, like it's happened. I am like, it's weird to me to think about my late 40s, early 50s, which are coming. I'm 34, but it's coming. I'm going to have a minor heart attack. And because no matter who you are in my family, that's what happens. You have a minor heart attack and you either live to be 70 because you learn from it or you die afterwards.
Nobody in my family ever has heart attacks. The thing that kills
they just die of being gay.
Nah, it's lung issues with my family.
Ooh, you don't still smoke, do you?
Got the vape now.
Yeah.
I switched back to vaping just because. Now it's funny. My neighbor / friend, like he bought a vape, and he wanted an expert to help him figure shit out. So we went on a little trip and ended up buying this just because my old one was leaking all over the place. This is a Smoke Novo 4. I had a Smoke Novo 2. Smoke Nord 4.
Looks like a Beetleborg.
Yeah. So I just ended up buying this, and he also gave me some juice because he had some like 6 milligram juice that he couldn't use with his vape. So I've got like a ton of that. So I haven't had a cigarette in about a month.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I can't remember the last cigarette. Well, no, that's not true. I had one the other day, but it was given to me. Yeah, I've got. Hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, I've got. These guys. They send you these. This is my brand. They send you this stuff, and they're like, "Hey, remember smoking?" And I'm like, "I do remember smoking." They go, "This will only cost you $12."
Having gone from vaping to smoking to vaping, I can definitely say that vaping is more hardcore because the chemicals they put in the cigarettes, like that makes the nicotine hit harder in a sense.
Somebody should kill you.
Why?
Because you just said vaping is more hardcore. Somebody
In terms
clip
of-
that. Somebody clip that and make that define him. Somebody clip that and send that to the SPLC. Is that vaping is hardcore?
Well, I went back to vaping from smoking, and I was smoking like a dozen cigarettes a day. And this nearly made me pass out.
Okay.
Fucking try it,
No,
Brian.
you're gay. You're gay. I'm sorry. There's nothing. I can't get over it. Yeah, vaping's like really hardcore. Vaping, like I think of like skydiving, snowboarding, and then vaping. That's what I really think. Like a hardcore thing. Like how Tony Hawk must have felt when he first landed the 900. That's how I felt when I first sucked on my fucking Beetleborg vape. To be murdered. I'm sorry. It's a gay thing to say. It just sounded bad. I know you didn't mean to make it sound so gay, but it's dumb. I'll bet if there was a transcript of this podcast, which would be great, we should get somebody to do. You would read that and go, "Fuck, yeah, that is a gay thing to say."
It's the truth.
Faggot.
Well, it's like whatever they put in here is pure and shit. So
it's
like,
pure. It's pure. It's not a bunch of fucking weird vegetable oil and God knows what else, because they don't have to list what the fuck is in it. Yeah, dude, it's all the same shit. It's all bad for your lungs. It's bad for your lungs. It's not good for you. What are you doing? And genius, what flavor do you smoke? What flavor do you smoke, Matt?
right now,
Yep.
raspberry. I think he got so angry he quit. Yeah, it just froze. Either this is another bit or he's just well, he'll be back soon enough. But yeah, while he's not here, I'm just going to elaborate on this. Yeah, this is a stronger hit because I went from vaping to smoking back to vaping. It led to, and I would smoke. I would walk out to my backyard every day and smoke. I'm not going to smoke indoors. That would be gross. The smell of stale cigarette smoke is just fucking terrible. But reading the chat there. But I went to, I went back to this, and like a few hits of that would fucking just completely. All right, Brian's back.
All right, I'm trying to get my fucking. I apparently can't slap my desk. This has happened before. Look, my point is, you're a fucking idiot. There's actually been studies that say that it's the worst. It's the worst thing is if it's extra flavor with like blueberry cum or what the fuck ever. So I need to know not to slap my fucking desk. You made me so mad. This is why. All right, I'll see you in a second.
By the way, if you think this entertainment is worth your time, and you also want to ask questions of myself and Bryden, go to streamlabs.com/terrorhouse magazine, and then send a tip of any size. The idea of him getting so angry that he just completely destroys his desk is just hilarious to me. Gotta be a shitty desk too, because I've got a nice solid desk here. And did you figure it out? Did you?
Of course, I can figure it out. Like, you can't figure out why you're gonna die of emphysema, you fucking dummy.
I'm not the one who managed to completely disconnect his computer going, ooh.
Well, that's happened that's happened a couple times. I am angry. That's why I have high blood pressure. Now, it could be said maybe I shouldn't get so angry, but I think a more reasonable stance would be maybe everybody else shouldn't be fucking gay and retarded. I don't know. Why do I have to, hey, Bryden, Bryden, get onto Twitter, Bryden. Get onto Twitter. For a year, they said that, Matt. They said, get onto Twitter, Bryden. We miss you on Twitter, Bryden. Get onto Twitter. So I get onto the Twitter. You know what I found? They're still the same. They haven't learned anything. They're very stupid. You're very stupid. I've known you for ages. I love you, buddy. I really do. I want to give you fat, big old Michelin hug. You know, not Michelin stars like restaurants, although you probably go there too. But I mean, Michelin man, give you a big old hug. All right. But the point is, God damn it. Angry. It's not better for you.
Did they say exactly get on the Twitter?
They might have said get on Twitter. I am old. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like this. You can easily go and Google like, hey, vaping versus cigarettes. You know what they found in just these very early studies? Remember, this is very old. Well, you know, hey, pay no attention to the vaccine studies that have happened just, I don't know, immediately. But what we know of vaping, and it hasn't been long enough, is that you're more likely to get fucking popcorn lung. Which sounds like the best way for a fat guy with lung problems to die.
Popcorn lung sounds awesome.
No, it's not. It's a weird one. You know where the name comes from? It apparently is over a lawsuit. This guy who was like a big fat piece of shit. He was trying to lose weight, but like he was just eating popcorn, which is, you know, valiant effort to try to like curb his snacking habits. But when he would open the bag of microwave popcorn, he would go and like breathe it in, and he developed popcorn lung. It's a thing. Look it up, buddy.
I thought it came from workers in the popcorn factories inhaling those fumes.
Also, probably them. But yeah, big old fat piece of shit is an issue. At least that's what I heard. Maybe an old wives' tale. This is why the internet is bad. Because, and this started with the Guinness Book of World Records. They were like, let's stop these arguments over who has the biggest head or something, right?
The biggest
so they were
penis.
like, yeah, you know, well, that would be the easy way to go. This is why you're not funny. He goes, like, you know, let's do that. And then now you can't argue about any damn thing. And all old wives' tales are easily disproved. It's destroyed society.
So what you're saying is that Snopes is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Snopes and PolitiFact. You're not a fan of fact checking.
I'm not a fan of the news. Like, all news should just be like something you heard from your friend. You're like, holy shit, you hear Derek broke his leg? What happened? I heard he was trying to suck a guy off. And then it turned out he just fell off a four-wheeler. You know? But, like, somebody called him gay. So it was like, I heard Derek was gay. Like, that's the way news should work.
Isn't that basically what news is anyway? I mean, you're assuming that...
I'm assuming that what? No. But I'm assuming that what?
You're assuming that news is remotely factual, you know,
No.
which it isn't.
No. News comes from news would be like if there was one guy in the town named Todd who was like, yeah, that's that guy's cows now. You're like, what do you mean? We're like, yeah, David, those are his cows. You're like, all the cows? Yeah. Why? Racism. Well, what's racism? Him not having all the cows is what I think. You know, it comes down from one thing instead of it being like a better way, which is just rumor. All right. All news should be rumor and legend. The world would be better because, like, that's how you get stuff where it's like, you know, like, oh, and his sword caught on fire and he killed a bull. Like, that's way cooler than like the reality was. Some guy named Dave got run over by a bull because he was fucking around with his sword out in the middle of the four-wheeler track. That shit's gay. I want the flaming sword on the bull, and he's
so what you're saying is that you don't want realism, you want magic.
I mean, yeah. Like, I want him to be better with the way that I've said this for years. I want him to be better in the way that they lie to me, Matt. Like, if you're gonna lie to me, lie good. Lie big. Make it good. They're like, oh, yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse is a white supremacist murderer. Well, no, he's just some dumb fucking kid who probably has autism and shit. I hope he walks because he should. But the media was like, "Oh, what a fucking he's a piece of shit. He's not a cowboy like the right made him out to be. All that like the Kenosha kid and all of that. He fucking got on the stand and he has PTSD and he cried. Okay, he's a fucking 18-year-old dumbass who had to kill 2 people and has had his whole life ruined. You know."
Well, he's crying for a good reason. His life is destroyed over what he thought was a good thing. And even if he'll probably walk, but even if he walks, like, he's not going to walk away from the rest of us. The federal government will harass him like they did to George Zimmerman. You could possibly get sued civilly by the families of those pedos he plugged. He's not going to be able to have a normal job. He could potentially end up getting killed by some Antifa lunatic.
First of all, the Antifa are not going to kill him. That's crazy. They're too lazy and fat and ugly to do that. But no, dude, he's not going to have a normal job. He's going to make fucking defamation and libel bullshit money off of this if he gets away with it. As he should. It's self-defense. But I mean, dude, he's all kinds of fucked up. And like, he's just, the right made all these songs about him, like how he was a cowboy and like this, like, with the rifle in his hand. Oh, this shit. He's just he was 17, dude. He was just a dumb kid in a bad situation that has a great aim. Good for him, dude. God was obviously on his side.
He's got incredible composure with the gun.
Yeah, and now that's like anybody else who's had incredible composure with the gun in a combat situation. It's Veterans Day, by the way. Happy Veterans Day to all of our real troops, not just the gay ones that sit there and learn to code HTML. But yeah, I mean,
Happy Veterans Day. Enjoy your free Applebee's dessert and fuck the troops.
Yeah, I say fuck the troops too. But do you get what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he's got some fucking PTSD over this, dude. Like, you can't just you can't be 17, blow the cap off of 2 dudes and disable another in a situation where people want to kill you and then come out of it okay. Because if he did, I'd be like, Kyle Rittenhouse is a sociopath, but he's not. He's all kinds of fucked up. And he will be for the rest of his fucking life, man. Like, his life is over, I guess. I don't know if the government's going to come after him. I'm pretty sure that they won't really, but like, this is his life now. This is a defining moment.
Yeah, maybe he can get some hybristophile pussy.
Oh, I'm sure the guy's fucking getting pussy like nobody's business, dude. But Kenosha's a small place. He's getting all kinds of pussy. But, that's his defining moment so early in his fucking life. Yeah, he's all kinds of fucked up, dude. He's not a badass that likes cold-bloodedly killing people. He acted in self-defense and feels bad that he killed even a pedophile, bro. Like, it
is amusing that you could just open fire in a crowd of Antifa and hit a pedophile and a couple of wife beaters.
Probably, but like, it's still not good. They shouldn't have been there rioting. He shouldn't have been there to kill. Like, it's insane, And I will say this because I am going to go make another whiskey drink and then a vodka drink and then a lager drink and then a cider drink. Not all the Antifa are pedophiles or actually bad people. A lot of them are just young and stupid. And I think that of the Proud Boys, and I think that Kyle Rittenhouse is young and he was stupid. But he was lucky in the way that he was able to. He would be dead if he wasn't as good of a shot. And he acted in self-defense. And, that's the way that it is. It's all a very, very unfortunate bit of circumstances. But like to lionize this guy and say that he's like some great dude. He's not. He's just a dumb young man who is all fucked up from this apparently now. I believe the crying. I do. I think that he was all kinds of fucked up.
By the way, you know an amusing fact about Kenosha and this particular case? The mayor is named Ed Antanarian, I believe, some Armenian name.
Yeah.
His brother is the city district attorney, and his nephew is the detective who was assigned to investigate to investigate the Rittenhouse case.
Well, explain this even further while I go grab another whiskey stone. But also, I'm looking at the chat, and I want to say Beardson is not a nerd. Beardson is my buddy, and Beardson fucking rules.
Whatever. I don't see how much there is to explain. It's a classic case of small town corruption. Oh, some corrupt kleptocrat gets elected mayor because only 5% of the eligible voters turn out, and he appoints his brother, the city's attorney, and he allows his dumbass nephew to become a detective on the police force. Classic small town corruption, and it probably explains why the prosecution's been so goddamn inept. I mean, Brian was telling me about the Ahmaud Arbery case earlier.
I'm just mad.
That one's not going in the looking good for the defendants at all, right, Brian?
Wait, what the thing with the Arbery thing?
Arbery, yeah.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me read on the stream what I sent to you earlier. So like my buddy's a lawyer, and he was talking to me about this. One of these words I don't know how to pronounce, but this is exactly what he said because he's been watching that instead of the Rittenhouse case. He goes, the defense lost every motion in Lemonade. They could. So that, like, from what I gather from that is that's like pre-trial. No evidence about Arbery being on probation or drugs or trespassing into homes, but the jury gets to assume the white guys are racist because they have a Confederate quote decal on their truck, which is just an actual Georgia license plate. So that one seems to be going pretty terribly. Al Sharpton was there today, apparently. Do you have that clip? Can we pull up that clip? Apparently,
let me pull that up. Yeah.
Yeah, Al Sharpton. Oh yeah, the Charlottesville case is going on, but that's a fucking clown show. That's a civil case. So who gives a shit?
What I want to know is why these. Do you think it's a pure? You probably do. You probably think it's a pure coincidence that all three cases went to trial at the exact same time.
Yeah. No, I do. Yeah, I do think it's a coincidence. Why would it not be? I mean, these jurisdictions aren't really talking with each other. Yeah, I think.
Well, I mean, it's three cases.
The Charlottesville one has been planned for fucking ever before the Arbery thing. Arbery was planned before Rittenhouse. Like, I mean, that's just the way that, like, with courts can get to shit. Yeah, this has happened before, and it'll happen again. But the only one that's ever getting any fucking press at all is the Rittenhouse case. So, like, if they really, wanted to make it a big thing, it wouldn't be all at once. So, yeah, I think it's a coincidence. The only reason all three are happening at once is because Twitter. And the specific part of Twitter that we're part of.
Right.
Oh, yeah, Cantwell at the thing. Offering he wasn't today. But yeah, offering Mein Kampf to the... Yeah, he's not my guy, but man, I mean, that is hilarious. I gotta say, it's fucking hilarious. Also, I think more N-bombs have been dropped at the Rittenhouse case than the Charlottesville case. Correct me if I'm wrong, I might be, but, and then we got the president dropping N-bombs today. Dude, it's N-bomb City, dude.
That should have been the title of the podcast, N-bomb City.
N-bomb City? Matt is sick. He's got fat people's disease.
I'm not sick. I'm not sick.
You're just fat phobic. You're just sneeze phobic, everybody.
I have allergies, I assume. I assume I just got this.
Yeah, more like gallergies because you're a lady. Come on, got his ass.
I thought the obvious one would be, I like allergies because you're gay.
No, you're a lady. Gay people are respectable, like Elton John. You're just a fucking woman. The podcast is back. I'm sorry for last episode. We're on this new schedule, and it's good. The podcast is back, ladies and gentlemen.
What was wrong with the last episode?
It was boring. It was long and boring. We stunk it up.
Yeah, I thought the last 10 minutes was pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, the first, I don't know, 2 hours and 50 minutes, stunk it up. Might as well have had Mike Cannon on the fucking show. It was fucking boring. Oh yeah, for the people talking about Beardson, he's not like my best friend or anything. I don't know him that well, but I've known him for years, and he's a solid guy. And you're gay if you don't like Beardson.
I don't know. Beardson's always been nice to me. But anyway,
Yeah,
I got that
fun.
video you wanted to.
Well, hold on. Before we play that, I want to say, this is why Beardson rules. He that the night of that Astrofest thing, which horrible. I don't know why everybody's trying to bring Travis Scott. I mean, lawyers, sure, but people on the internet, assholes. He did try to stop things. There's literal video of him going, hold on, and stopping the show and go, that person's passed out. There's, I don't know, if you just look for it, it's there, idiot. But Beardson posted these, it looked like blood all over these sneakers and was like, just went to Astrofest, RIP my sneakers. And people were furious.
Oh, I didn't see that, but that is funny.
Oh, it's so funny, dude. Beardson is hilarious. Beardson is so funny, dude. I don't know. I mean, we don't like hang out every day or some weird shit. I can't remember the last time I talked to him, but Beardson's hilarious. All right, so this is the I don't know the defendants in the Arbery trial. I just know the guy they killed. But yeah, this is their lawyer.
Yeah.
And the idea of really bringing these people in. Only so many they can have.
It's not playing.
Oh, you can't hear it?
Yeah, it's just all fuzzy and shit. I don't know if it's fuzzy for all of those people or not, but yeah, it's just not. It'll be fine. Guys, within like a month or two, we're gonna have a better setup. Don't worry. No more StreamYards bullshit because it's fucking trash. But it'll be better.
It's running particularly slow today. My apologies to everyone.
Yeah, but so the guy, the defense lawyer was like, I don't know if we had Al Sharpton here. I didn't know that he was here, but we just don't need any more black pastors sitting with the families, which I agree with. But those guys,
we need black imams.
What, dude? Those guys. It's not a question of whether or not they killed him. They did. It's whether or not they should have killed him. And knowing nothing about this, I feel like I should be able to make a grand statement about it, Matt. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that Ahmaud Arbery was stealing from a construction site, and then those people decided to play Batman, and they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, well, it's like it was a SEPTA train in Philadelphia where some woman was raped on the train. People were all like, "Why didn't anyone stop it?" Well, because if someone had stopped it, then the headline would have been 2 racists arrested for assault on black man.
Well, I mean, maybe or maybe not, probably, but like, also, I'm sorry, dude. Why am the cops legally, constitutionally, like legally, they don't have to put themselves in danger. All right. They're supposed to do their job, but I forget what it was. Fuck. I'm too drunk to remember the case, but look up Supreme Court Protect and Serve. You'll be able to find it. Matt, maybe you look it up. He's not gonna. Okay. There he is. Yeah. Look it up. It's a whole thing. I want to say it's like, Arbery, but like that's just what I just heard. But like, listen, they don't have to do that.
Oh,
so why should I?
Justice's rule constitutional duty to protect you.
Do what?
Yeah, the case you're looking for is Warren v. District of Columbia.
There you go. Okay, yeah. The police are not under an obligation to go into a deadly, kamikaze situation to protect your ass. So Yeah, I'm not, because I'm not a cop. People were like, the people that, and I think Philadelphia was trying to charge the people that filmed it, which is fucking bullshit. This happened with the Hispanic guy that filmed Eric Garner getting, which was, I think, completely unjust. You remember Eric Garner, the
Yeah.
fat motherfucker selling cigarettes or whatever, and then he's, they killed him. They killed him. That's my opinion. But the guy who filmed it, he ended up in jail over it. You are not, and that's part of the Arbery case right now, is one of the guys they're trying to say he was in cahoots with them because he filmed the whole fucking thing. But that's the only piece of evidence that the prosecution fucking has. So it's dumb. It's an episode of Seinfeld. It's fucking retarded.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, as soon as I get these drops figured out, I have that one for us. But like it's dumb. If you film something, you're not a participant. All right, you're not. But we're moving towards that. If you film it, you're a participant.
Yeah, and I assume the Supreme Court will probably rule that the police have the authority to arrest you if you film a crime in progress, or if you film them just doing something insane.
I don't think Supreme Court's going to do that. No, but I mean, not yet, but like tons of local, lower courts will. Sure, yeah. We've been trending towards that for years, sure, but you're way more doomer, to use the, new colloquial term, on the legal system than I am. I'm
more doomer.
Yeah.
You're the nihilist.
Right.
Your name is Nihilism Rocks.
And I believe that none of this will matter when we die. But I'm not necessarily a political nihilist. I do think that I am a political nihilist, but that's a completely different thing. None of you people even know what that is. Nobody look up Russian nihilism. But still, no, I have more faith in our legal system than I have in any other institution that we have. Just because we had a big leg up with that during the Trump administration, as well as the Supreme Court is not great, right? But it's also not as bad as all the other institutions of government that we have right now. Like, it's simply not. It's simply not as bad. They have to say why they disagree with something. The FBI is just allowed to do shit. The Supreme Court, on everything they decide to rule on, who said what and why. You have the opinions.
Names. And
right. And the opinions. Somebody writes the opinion of each side. And that's public information. So that's way better than anything else we have in the legislative or the executive branch. So while I don't trust government institutions or the government at all, I will allow that one to be the one that I go, at least they seem like the most transparent.
Well, I mean, aside from the time when they completely punted on the election, aside from the time they've repeatedly punted on COVID restrictions, and they will do that again.
They punt on stuff all the time. They go, we're not going to see it.
Well, when it goes
constitutionally, they're allowed to.
I'm gonna make a prediction right now. There was that court in Texas that I think it was the 5th district that decided to put a hold on the new OSHA rules with the 666 juice. That's going to go to the Supreme Court, and they're going to rule that the OSHA rule is okay because both Roberts and Amy Coney Barrett will side with the liberals.
Nope. There's no way Barrett on something like this.
She has already refused to hear cases related to mandates, lockdowns, masks.
No, this is too, dude. It's too wildly unpopular.
I can think of something else that was wildly unpopular that was foisted on us because the Supreme Court refused to do nothing, refused to do anything about it.
What is that you want to bring up? Does it have anything to do with?
Let's see. There was the election. There was also they ruled in favor of gay marriage.
They're not gonna rule on an election because the Supreme Court already ruled on election once, and that's what politicized the Supreme Court. There's a great thing by I think it was Roberts, but he was not the fucking Supreme Justice or head justice guy at the time. No, they don't want to do that shit again. To these people, you have to understand that law is everything. And yeah, they interpret it different, but like they don't want to be viewed as politicized. They don't want to be viewed as politicized. Like everything is they don't want to be viewed. This is like if you and I were Supreme Court, we should be Supreme Court justices, to be honest with you, me and you, and we don't know anything about law, but they don't want to be viewed as that. I'm telling you, the one like Amy Coney Barrett sucks, but the OSHA shit is so wildly unconstitutional and so wildly unpopular that I think she's a woman, remember, she goes to the reasonable Republican side. Half the country, more than half the country, because we have so many Democrats on this now, are saying that the OSHA shit is bullshit. OSHA people are saying that it's
and then Biden just said to businesses, go right ahead and implement the OSHA rule, even though the court has put a freeze on it.
Of course he did. And Trump would have done the same fucking thing. But you have to remember, he's just talking through the executive branch. The whole point of this, he does not want it to go to the Supreme Court. The whole point of this entire thing is to try to sell as many vaccines as possible. So it's to get people to just, through fear of saying, like, I don't want to get fired from my job, I'll just go ahead and do it. That's the point of it. They're trying to sell as many as they can. It will not become an absolute thing. There's no fucking way. It won't work. It won't work. It will push more vaccine. It will push more needles. Absolutely. Also, let's stop calling it a vaccine because it's not. Let's call it a shot. All right? Let's call it a shot.
I prefer the term 666 juice.
Well, that makes it sound religious. It's not religious. It's a shot, and you shouldn't, in my opinion, fucking take it. All right? Because I won't. I never will. Don't care about it. You won't catch me taking it. Never will. Never, ever, 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 ever will. All right? I've had COVID. I can fight COVID, baby. I've had COVID. I hate it brutally. 2 weeks out of my life. I updated a YouTube video today that I had of me. I was like, go visiting my grandparents in New York City. I had COVID at that time, Matt. It was brutal. I'm sure we were talking. I was like, I'm sick. It was not good. Delta variant, suck my dick. I got the antibodies. But no.
Where is the Delta variant?
I'm telling you, I don't know. Probably, maybe. I have no idea. But I'm telling you, this is a push to get more people to take the shot. But he knows it's unconstitutional. He does not want it's been paused in the court several times. He does not want it to go to the Supreme Court. That's fucking crazy. Really, they're going to look at that and they're going to go, you can't do that. You can't do it. You can't do it. He doesn't have that much power over OSHA. You can't do that. And if they decide that he does, then guess what? We're in a whole new mess of trouble because that opens up many, many new doors for the executive branch. It simply won't happen. They're coming to the end of this whole deal. They're going to pivot to something else. They have to pivot to something else.
Yeah, the pivot is going to be to 6-month boosters.
I don't think it's boosters. I don't think it's that. I think it's going to be climate change or the cyber pandemic. They've got to move to a new way to make you afraid.
Well, they've already taken everything they did, what we're going to plan to do with climate change, and did it with COVID.
Yeah, and they did it in fucking, 6 months. I mean, it was incredible. We've talked about this endlessly. Because I always tell you, I'm surprised how quickly they were able to do this. They tried with climate change forever. But I'm telling you, they can't do it. This is why it's being paused and paused and paused and paused. They don't want this OSHA shit to go to the Supreme Court because it will fail. It will fail. Even liberal judges will go, yeah, you can't do that. Because they're outside of everything, buddy. Like, they really do. They're dorks for the law, and they have their own opinions, but they're not as bought as anybody else. Because literally, McConnell, Pelosi, everybody comes and sucks the dick of Supreme Court justices. And they know that because they're dorks. They're complete dorks for the whole thing.
Well, I mean, I hope you're right, but I have a sickening feeling that in 6 months I'm going to be, you're going to be eating crow on this one.
I might be. And if I am, I'll say what I was. If I am,
because this stuff is in every other country and it's not going away. Canada has a new law that you can't fly, you can't leave the country, you can't you can't get on a boat, you can't take a bus or a train unless you have the juice.
Right, and we're seeing a real big reshaping of like
Australia is another example. New Zealand, where the prime minister straight up said that she's planning on creating a 2-tiered society of people who got the shot and people who didn't.
We're not, buddy. First of all, we're not those other countries. All right,
we're a lot closer to them than you think.
No. I get it. But while all those other countries seem to realign what the hell they're doing, what is America doing right now? You're seeing a big cultural civil war to the point of like it's real firing up. Every Republican, every big Republican talker in this fucking country, who are a bunch of douchebags anyway, where are they going? They're running off to Florida. All right, like this is, a thing that's happening. We might have a very different, as America always does, might have a very different way of this playing out than Australia, which, by the way, I've got a buddy in Australia who goes, I haven't seen a damn thing, because he doesn't live in Sydney or Melbourne or any, his life hasn't changed the whole time because they're not doing that over there. They're just doing that in major cities in Australia. So, I mean, listen, I don't want to totally go against that whole doomer. I hate using these terms, doomer narrative of things, especially when I do believe that everything is ultimately hopeless. I just don't believe that it's hopeless in the same way that people think that it's hopeless, and especially the way that you think things are hopeless.
I don't think things are hopeless. I just think things suck.
Yeah. Well, yeah, everything always sucks, Matt.
And also another thing you haven't considered. Even if the OSHA rule gets defeated, what happens if every corporation decides to make that mandatory anyway? Because guess what? It's the private market. If you don't like it, build your own small business, which will be destroyed by lockdowns.
Except unions have already been fighting against that, so have fun with that whole deal. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You've watched the same news. We've talked about this specifically.
Well, I'd like to say that all the protests against
let's see how long GE lasts when all their union workers fucking walk out. Let's see how many planes fly. How's the planes been doing recently?
Isn't that the plan, Bryden, to just crush everything for the Great Reset?
No, they've got to get people on board for the Great Reset. They need this valuable infrastructure. Please
don't tell me that you actually think that they need people to work and consume.
Yeah, I think that they do need people to fucking work.
Where does it say that? Does it say that? Did Aldous Huxley say that? Did Bertrand Russell say that? The literal plan for the Great Reset has been laid out in books going back a century. And not one of them says, we want to get people to work and consume. That's a Gen X meme that was invented by Fight Club.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. They do need people to work. I'm talking about fucking Klaus Schwab and how they want to change it to, what do they call it? A horizontal economy.
Stakeholder capitalism.
Right, stakeholder capitalism. But like is a horizontal economy. So it's all based around energy, right? Which is this big fucking forced shift into quote unquote green energy. That's the biggest fucking push. Yeah, you've got like Operation Lockstep and like all of that. Yeah, I completely agree, and I think that that's true. I think that's what they're trying to do. But remember, and I think you're probably the guy that told me, it really is instilled into me, because I always thought the powers that be were like, oh, you can never beat them. They're retarded. They're very, very stupid people.
Yes, they are retarded.
So I think they're going to fuck this up. And I think that bringing up fucking the Great Reset, you know, I mean, seriously, Build Back Better, you could just go to the World Economic Forum's website. These people are stupid. They're very, 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 very stupid. I just don't buy where they're going to pull this motherfucker off because, dude, even people, I wish I had numbers on this, even people that have had the first fucking shot are now saying they're not going to get a booster because they're sick of this shit. People are sick of this shit. People get tired of it. They're like,
You remember when you remember 20 years ago when people got tired of taking their shoes off at the airport and that ended a year later? No, we didn't. We're still doing it 20 years later.
This is different. This is a ton different. One is a medical procedure. The other is popping off your shoes, which you do every time. If you know what, if we had a society where every time I walked into my house, I took a shot, like if it was a whole society of intravenous drug users, then that would make sense. But we're not there yet. Almost, but we're not there yet. I'm telling you, it's not as bad as it's going to be. But we're reaching a lump. We're reaching a real speed bump in the bullshit that we're being fed. And, you know, that'll be good. I'll bet what we get out of this is 6 years. I'll bet we get 6 years, not good years, but 6 years of a speed bump. That's what I think happens. And that's enough for me.
A speed bump to what?
Oh, we're fucked. But it slows for 6 years. We'll get a speed bump. None of this can ever be fixed. This is, I mean, the fact that every person doesn't wake up every morning and acknowledge the fact that they're upset is because that they're alive. Yeah, we're never reaching enlightenment. Done with this one. Let's do another. But no, we might really get 6 years of slowing down some of this absolute full hot into the ass bullshit.
6 years of that, even though we've been seeing it accelerate for the past 2 years.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense to you? We see it accelerate, and then eventually it has to hit a speed bump because people are like, whoa! I hate to say,
but I hate to say, but the speed bump is probably going to look more like Russia in the 90s. Which, by the way, Russians in the 90s were killing themselves by laying down on railroad tracks after their economy collapsed.
That rules. That's a great way to kill yourself, by the way.
Did you know that Mikhail Gorbachev had to do an ad for Pizza Hut because the economy collapsed and his pension was worthless?
Can you please pull up that ad?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to play it given how shitty StreamYard is, but yeah, look it up. There's a Wikipedia article on it.
That rules, dude. Look, the fact is, everything collapses, but everything also doesn't collapse immediately, especially when, like, Matt, remember, especially on Veterans Day, remember that America is a new idea. Liberty's a new fucking idea. It has not worked out very well. It turns out you let everybody do whatever they want. They decide to start being gay and shit. But, you know, it's a new fucking idea. It's worth fighting for, in my opinion, because
literally every empire has said that about themselves. The British thought they were a new idea, too. So did the Romans.
They were. Okay, but they fucking were. And liberty was a new fucking idea. Were they liberty-minded? Were they? No, they fucking
Where do you think our concept of liberty comes from?
We did a better job of it. We decided that we wanted more liberty. And I believe, as a fucking libertarian, no, you be quiet, because your liberty has been squashed. I have decided in this conversation. In America, we decided that we wanted a little more liberty. All right? And you know what? It may not go that great. But you know what? The next guys that decide liberty fucking matters, they'll die for it too. And those people fucking rule. Because ultimately what you want is fucking this idea of, hey, you're a person. Why don't you go be one? That's what you want. Why don't you go be a fucking person? You know what? That's not a world we live in right now. I don't feel like I can go do whatever the fuck I want in this country. I can do some things, but I'm not allowed to do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah,
that's not being a person.
You can't go out and masturbate in the public.
I mean, I'd rather not, but like if somebody does, I guess that's them. It'd be weird. It wouldn't bother
There's
me.
a video of a Chinese guy doing that in Zagreb. This is a couple years back.
Yeah, they got
Middle
rules.
town square. This guy just pulls it out and starts jerking off in the middle of Croatia.
Fuck yeah, good for him. I mean, but also part of being a person is I don't want to see that. And some guy beats the shit out of you because you're jerking off. You know, let's have some control over ourselves. But yeah, I would make that illegal. I would go, yeah, you're not allowed to jerk off, Todd. It's weird. Jerk off at home. You know, but you need liberty. Liberty is what matters.
By the way, I just pulled up the Wikipedia article. In 1998, former Soviet Union leader Mikhail Gorbachev was featured in a television advertisement by Pizza Hut. It was filmed in November 1997 on Red Square and in a Pizza Hut restaurant elsewhere in Moscow. It was aired internationally in January 1998, but not in Russia. In the commercial, a family inside the Pizza Hut restaurant discusses Gorbachev's political legacy. The two men disagree until the woman says that Gorbachev gave them Pizza Hut. Gorbachev used the money he earned for financing projects by his foundation. The commercial has been described as illustrative of the victory of capitalism inside Russia.
Oh my God, capitalism rules. How long have I been saying this? I go, capitalism is so good that it bought socialism and commodified it. That rules. Capitalism, baby. Ugh. I love it. I gotta find this commercial, Matt.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
Holy shit, this rules. Am I wrong? Now I know you're not a big capitalism guy, Mr. Matt Forney. Am I at least not wrong when I say capitalism is so fucking awesome it bought socialism and sold it?
Yeah, it bought socialism and then it bought everything else in Russia and people died because of it.
Well, they died because of communism, dude. People in Russia just die. All right? Apparently, according to statistics, science, they like dying. All right? That's if you could swing that in statistics, you'd go, people in Russia just die a lot.
Trust me, Americans are going to have a worse life expectancy than Russians in the next decade.
Well, we're fat and gross.
Americans already drink more alcohol than Russians.
Oh, you know what I found out? Who drinks the most booze in the entire world?
Brits.
No, was it Cook's Islands or Hook's Islands, something like that?
Cook Islands.
Yeah, Cook Islands. Yeah, per capita, they drink the most alcohol.
Gee, well, they're Maori. What do you expect?
Oh, I didn't know anything about them. I didn't know what they were, but yeah, I just saw this thing today.
Well, they're Maori. Maoris are they're the indigenous people of New Zealand. They're basically Polynesians. Polynesians like to drink a lot, like Samoans. Samoans drink a lot too.
Oh, so they're probably not fun drunk. They're probably just like they build their city drunk, and they're like, "Oh, it's good."
What? You never hung out with Samoans?
Yeah, I hung out with a Samoan one time, and it was not great because they're worse than like Native Americans as far as the drinking goes. Because you can either because the natives, I like the Native Americans so much because like they can either hang with you all night or have one beer and get blacked out. It's fucking crazy. My buddy did it. He worked in an auto repair place and was just like a native dude. I forget what tribe. It was somewhere in Washington, so I don't know. But he was a really nice guy. But like he was always getting into antics, through his drink. It was hilarious. I was like 18 when I knew him. Good guy. Aaron was his name. So I don't know if he's ever listening. Aaron, you fucking rule. I think about you all the time. But I've got a joke about him in my act. Well, not my current act, but what I used to do. My buddy's Native American, so every time it rains, I text him, "Stop dancing, asshole." About Aaron.
I got a joke semi-related to this. Did you see that tweet of that guy saying that the black Kyle Rittenhouse is dead?
Oh,
Arab Kyle Rittenhouse is in Guantanamo. White Kyle Rittenhouse is getting the judge to defend it because of white supremacy. So my joke is Latino Kyle Rittenhouse just wrapped his car around a tree.
Yeah, I mean, that was from some blue check mark.
Oh, of course.
That was some of the worst tweets I've ever. Like they've pivoted from, like Kyle Rittenhouse is an evil fucking doer and all of that to now new information is available. Even the Young Turks broad, Anna Kasparian.
Kasparian.
Yeah, she is. I don't want to get her confused with I don't want to shit talk and get her confused with the Red Scare bitch. But Anna Kasparian was like, did a whole thing on Young Turks. Apparently, it was like, yeah, I was wrong. It's like, oh, wow, you had enough time. This video has been here forever. Like, seriously, when the Kyle Rittenhouse stuff first happened, I'm sure on this show, I've been like, that guy's like a fucking idiot. And then I saw the video, and I'm like, oh, yeah, he's still a fucking idiot, but yeah, that's self-defense. I'm sure you can go find me saying on this show probably, fuck that kid. And then I learned. But as soon as I learned a year ago, I went, yeah, well, fuck. But it took her that long. And then there was this big viral tweet. Did you see this one with this girl who was like, I am a highly educated and reasonably perceptive person. And
105 IQ.
yeah, dude, I'm real dumb, Matt. I'm not a smart guy.
85 IQ.
What? I'm not smart, man. There are so many stupid ass people out there. It's rough as fuck. Like I would guarantee we should do this sometime on the show. We should do an IQ test. And I'll bet clearly you're going to be 10 points above me.
30.
Only 10. Only 10. Are you serious?
30.
Oh, please. Only 10.
You don't even you can't even pronounce Latin properly. You struggle with lemonade.
Yeah.
And you always complain about the ending of the show. You don't even know that's not actually Latin. You think it's Latin, but it's not.
Oh, wow. I just I knew it was gay.
It's made up. It was made up by Barry Goldwater.
Okay. Well, I mean, Barry Goldwater is pretty cool. Illegitimate come random. I'm a fucking Barry Goldwater is pretty gay, dude. I like Barry Goldwater. Don't get me wrong. Read his book. I like Barry Goldwater. Yeah,
He had it hanging from a plaque in his office when he ran for president.
Yeah, well, how'd that go? Well, JFK got killed, then whole deal. But man, how cool would that have been if JFK and Barry Goldwater would have run around? But whatever. Now, listen. I give you 10 points, and I think it'd be funny when we actually do it and we find out that oops, maybe I know.
I have 30 points.
Nah, I don't think it'd be 30 points. I give you 10 points. I think that I might just be able to. You give me you give me 2 shots of whiskey, and I'm at least Matt level. You give me 4 shots of whiskey, I'm beyond Matt level. Sorry, I'm too smart.
If we give you 4 shots of whiskey, you start slurring your words. 6 shots of whiskey, you start crying. 8 shots of whiskey, you're passed out.
Well, that's not true. 8 shots of whiskey, I start crying. 10 shots of whiskey, I pass out. But I'm sorry, my brain starts becoming activated after whiskey. So we should do this. We should really, really do this. And also, I think what I'm going to do an IQ test, paid, all of that shit, sober, and then do one after 2 shots of whiskey. And I'll bet I'd do better after 2 shots of whiskey. It seems like an interesting thing. I think that I am smarter after whiskey.
That's the typical self-delusion of an alcoholic.
No. I understand that. I'm telling you right now,
Do you also think you're a better driver after 2 shots of whiskey?
No. Oh God, no. Oh God, no. Don't ever drink and drive. Hell no. I'm telling you, my brain works better if I have something to relax me. Because I'll bet if you gave me just like 0.5 milligrams of Klonopin, I'd be able to perform better and everything. I think
you can't be serious.
No, I am. I think that like I have such a severe anxiety towards everything that if you give me a little bit, because I am an addict and stuff like that, but like if you gave me that, I'll bet I would perform better.
Everyone I've ever known who's used Klonopin is a retard.
Yeah,
An insane retard.
Yeah, because I mean it's a benzo, and if you recreationally use Klonopin, yeah, it's
you know what it was originally intended as an anti-epilepsy drug.
Yeah.
And then some insane retard decided it also works for anxiety, except it doesn't.
Well, it does. Yeah.
And then you get drunk and crash your car and do some other insane shit.
Well, no, you can't drink on it. That's very explicit. Every psychiatrist will tell you that.
Oh, you can't drink. That doesn't stop anyone I've known.
Yeah, because it's so much fun that they eat more than they're supposed to. I love benzos. Those people were abusing benzos, dude. What do you see? Yeah, this is the problem with you, Matt. All the time, you just jump to huge conclusions, which is weird because you'd never be able to jump to anything, yet you are huge. In real life, I'm telling you, benzos for anxiety issues are, first of all, probably not the best way to go because they are extremely addictive, but they do work. And also Kratom works for this. You know, anxiety issues, I think, are real fucking issues.
Anxiety.
No, if you're a real fag about your anxiety, you're a dickhead. But, like, I'm sorry, you know who's huge into anxiety? Kierkegaard. All right, it's a thing that exists.
Anxiety, I'm so anxious. If I was anxious, I would simply be calm.
No, I think, well, here. Here's the thing. You're fat. Why don't you simply be thin? All right? Like, there are things that are impossible. But, like, you know, to disregard anxiety or malcontent or, you know, any of that, I mean, is a crazy way of thinking. These things are real. They've been written about long before we were alive. Long before we had the modern inconveniences. You know, you're crazy and disregarding so much writing if you just be like, oh yeah, depression, just get over it. Go talk to Schopenhauer.
Depression just means that you're a faggot.
Well, Schopenhauer, yeah, that's true. But like, no, I don't
I'm
think
so depressed. Everyone is. Welcome to the club.
But that's modernity. Oh, wow. Oh, well, taking it back real fucking quick, idiot.
I'm so depressed, I can't function. I have a better light standard of living than anyone in human history, but I'm so sad.
Right, that's actually what chemical depression is. But there's a difference between chemical depression, which I do believe is real, and then despair, which is, you know, the philosophical idea of depression, which is despair. And plenty of philosophers have written about that until time's end. So, you know, I think that you're taking a ham-fisted fucking fake idea, fake fucking approach towards it. You know, I know we've had this conversation. I believe that, like, listening to Linkin Park, angst is just
should be punishable by a public flogging.
No, angst is just premature despair, and despair is a spiritual disease that can be overcome. So just simply saying, like, oh yeah, well, you're gay if you're sad. Well, no, I thoroughly believe that you should be sad if you're alive. I thoroughly believe if you're alive, you should be sad. Even if your life is quote unquote good, you should probably be like, it's not so great. You know, it's because it's not. It's not. Life is bad. Life is a bad thing. It's horrible. Like I today.
Speak for yourself.
Today, don't ask me why. But I was looking up disc surgery. You know that's the thing, right?
Were you looking it up at the bus stop?
No. That all bits aside. No, I was looking up disc surgery.
What, like for like spinal cords?
Yeah.
Why were you looking at that?
Wow. I heard about it. I knew about it, but I hadn't heard about it specifically. Somebody at work told me about it, and I started looking into it. Why would you want that? What's the whole point of life? Oh, yeah, and then you got a whole thing, and then you can have disc surgery.
Well, I mean, if you slip a disc in your spinal cord, I assume.
Oh, it's worse than that. You don't have to be like a heavy lifting guy or anything like that. One of your discs can just get fucked up, and then it can get fucked up with something called like MOSA. You know, all of that, which is like an infection within the swelling and all of that. And upon hearing about this, the only thing I could think was, I don't want to ever be old. This sounds terrible. Because, like, I don't like being at the age that I am now, Matt. Like, I was killing it in my 20s. I was so thin, and I was just wearing suits and cat-like in my movements, and I would just go into bars and talk to ladies, and it was fantastic. I was pretty. I was beautiful.
Then I'd go into the bathrooms and talk to the dudes.
No, I would go into the bathrooms and do a bunch of cocaine, but, like, I was a drug addict. But I was a drug addict. I didn't know it. What's the point of what? You have to have spinal surgery now? So that's what that. Hey, let's everybody buy Tower House books because we're trying to build this company up to a huge place. And I believe in this company. I do. I think that it's great. I think we publish great books, and you can see the authors on here when we do the podcast when they're here. Like I think Pat Kilgore was like upset that I wasn't on this one. We were joking on Twitter today about that. But you're gonna maybe have a disc taken out of your spine. So why would you look forward to that? Because like think about it now, Matt. Think about it now. We are in our 30s, buddy. What do you think our 40s is gonna be like? Slightly worse, but like more money. We'll have more money. This will be nice. 50s. Okay, now we're starting to physically slow down, but more money. This is great. 60s, we're fucked. What's the point? Why go to this? I've already done outside of skydiving. I've kind of already done everything I wanted to do.
Really? That's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah,
I mean assuming that your list of things you want to do is like more than 2 items long.
Well, I mean, like, you know, things like, you know, I mean, I'm never going to do Hollywood shit. That was what I wanted to do when I was young, but that's never going to happen. I mean, and now I realize, why would you? Fuck those people. Like, dude, I've already, like,
don't fuck those people, you'll get AIDS.
I would love to do stand up in front of more people than I have, but I'm sorry, 200 people is a lot of people to do stand up in front of. So that's good. And I bombed. I wasn't that great. But yeah, works for me. I campaigned hard for a fucking presidential candidate. I finally voted for a presidential candidate that won. That was a big one. You know, I've kind of done everything I want to do. What am I supposed to do? I'm excited about the new Taco Bell. You know.
Well, I personally just think of like all kinds of stuff I want to do but haven't done yet because I've done a lot of interesting shit.
Well, like what? What do you want to do? Let's go through our top 3 because 1, I want to fucking skydive. I do. I want to skydive. That's the thing I want to do.
Okay, I want to go to that stone forest in Madagascar with like giant spikes that will break your leg if you so much as brush against them.
That does look pretty cool. I've
Oh, it'd be
pictures of
stupid.
it on
Oh
Google.
yeah, it'd be dangerous as fuck, but that would be cool to go there.
All right. My number 2 is I would like to own a business.
Well, I already got that.
You already own a business. I get it, but like I'd like to own a business.
Number 2 is I would like to eat stone crab claws.
Stone crab claws. Is that hard to find or something?
Oh, they're mainly a Florida thing. I've never been to Florida.
Well, come on down to Florida. I'll buy you stone crab claws.
Yeah, the
And
best.
then
ones
I
are
will buy Terror House, and you'll never have a podcast or a website again because I'm gonna make it into gay porn. That was for
By
the
the-
people.
By the way, don't ever go to terrorhouse.com. According to Bryden, it is a
Yeah,
porn site.
it is a porn site. Yeah, don't go to terrorhouse.com.
I'm going to
Terrorhouse.com is a porn site.
I'm going to assume based on the name that it's like BDSM.
It was, yeah. Because like I forget why, but like I typed it in on my phone and it was
Beckloff is watching this. He's immediately typing the URL in. As soon as you heard I said BDSM, typing it in.
It was, yeah, it was like a gimp fucking a woman in a wedding dress. Like it was like and I was like, that's not the site. That's not the site. But then I guess like it took me a second. I was just like, maybe that's the site. But yeah. Yeah, it's terrorhouse.com is a pornography site. It's terrible. No, I think my third one, my last one, I'd like to make a horror movie. Or a comedy movie, but I'd like to make a movie. Maybe it would mostly be a horror. I would really like to make a horror movie more than comedy because comedy's so hard to write. Horror is easy to write.
My third one, I'd like to make a jazz album like what Material and William S. Burroughs did.
Interesting. Do you play any instruments?
I played guitar once upon a time, and I played bass once upon a time, but I haven't touched either.
Huh.
But now, if you haven't listened to this album, it's a good one. It's called "The Road to the Western Lands" by Material and William S. Burroughs. It's basically just him reading excerpts of his book while music plays, but it's awesome.
Well, what we should do, because I am working on music right now. I thought I was gonna have it out by January. I don't think I'm going to. It's just a collection of like crap that because like I need to buy. I'll probably buy it tonight. I need to buy like a hard drive reader, and I'm gonna take stuff that I made when I was like 19 and just put it in there. But update it and fix it because the stems are still there. Yeah, I don't know. We should maybe do something like that. That'll be fun. But like, I don't think I'm gonna have it out by January. I thought I was gonna have it by January back in September, and then I like started like every person my age, we started going back to actual work. So a lot of my days are busy.
Yeah, I get that feeling. I guess I can technically, in the loosest sense, call myself a musician now because Matt Lawrence, our art director, is working on a metal album, and I helped him co-write a couple of the songs. And by co-write, I don't want to overstate my role. I threw out ideas, and he just worked it into usable lyrics. But yeah. I'll get the credits. That's nice. That'll be out eventually.
All right. So what do you think about? Let's wrap it up. Let's do this thing. Nihilism rocks. I just want. I want to give a big shout out to this because the reason I called my name, I always make a different name every time because I'm the Mr. Funny Guy and shit. The reason I called my name Nihilism Rocks is because this guy Matchless, great guy.
ADHD.
Matchless, who's a great guy, was talking about nihilism. I want to give a big old shout out to a non-Terror House book, which is Nolan Gert's Nihilism. which explains all the different types of nihilism. And he misses some steps, but overall he does very well. And I think it's a good book. And then this weekend at dlive.tv/Bryden, you can see me
Unzip his pants.
I might do that. Do all that stuff, and then I think on Sunday morning I'm going to very early in the morning, Sunday morning, I'm gonna play through all of Vintage, because I just got that. Now that it's not early access, I have it now. So Sunday, probably about like 10, I'm gonna do Visage, and then Friday we might do something, but like Saturday, that is Saturday around like 6 probably is when all of the time comes in to do that. So that'll be the streams. All right.
Yeah, go check that out. I do have one comment I want to highlight in the chat. James Matadobra says the priest they called him with Burroughs and Cobain was weird as fuck. Yeah, that's a good one too. The collaboration between Burroughs and Kurt Cobain.
Nah. All right, let's wrap this up because I want to fucking go and.
We've got a couple of Streamlabs tips to read.
Oh,
get that quickly.
Good. Are they $100?
They're $10.
Well, that's okay. Fair enough.
Okay. The Right Honorable for $5 says, "I still listen to talk radio." LOL.
Hell yeah! No, the Right Honorable's a good motherfucking guy. The Right Honorable is a guy that I don't think gets enough credit at all. Because he does his own shit and he fucking rules. I love the Right Honorable.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, and he's been on the show.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And definitely, yeah. We have the Right Honorable for $5. I don't think the powers that be have enough power or competence to enact the Great Reset. Government is a mere hindrance to the average Joe.
Right. No, see, I completely agree with that. They want to do this, but they're fucked up. They're not able to do it.
That is true. That is true. Just odd that I've been forced into being the pessimist on this side of the argument.
Well, I mean, I'm a fucking,
you should brand yourself as the world's most optimistic nihilist.
No, the world's
smiling nihilist.
Smiling nihilist is pretty good.
You could have multiple titles. You could be the world's only comedian and the smiling nihilist.
Well, we got to start doing that now. Put that in that shit that you say before and after the fucking shows, everything. The world's only comedian, the smiling nihilist. Put that in there. Put it in there. Put it in there right now. Put it in there.
I don't have the file open. I'm reciting it from memory, so I'll say it when we get to that, which will be in a bit. Anyway, thank you very much. Anyway, thank you very much for the tips, Right Honorable.
Yeah, thank you.
And
well, the Right Honorable watches me fucking getting mad at fat Asian people all the time. And I'm like, how could you be fat? How filling could dogs be? And that's what my streams are. That's what my streams are.
Cool it with the xenophobia there, bud.
Whoa, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they fuck dogs like white women.
Yeah, okay. That'll be it for the show. Brian, anything? Well, actually, wait.
I already did.
Yeah, go check out
Matt. This fucks him up, guys. This fucks him up. Send him more weird shit that'll just fuck him up. Because Matt is Matt's like it was like Fox News or something. He's like, and then ill generine kind of you stink, Matt. You stink. That's what I'm saying. You stink.
Yeah, check out Matt.
Here we go.
Is my website. As for news, we've got Blood Popper by Jay Black coming on Black Friday, so stay tuned for that. We've also got a Black Friday sale, big blowout Black Friday sale that will be beginning Wednesday. More details soon.
Wow, can we get those Welton books for cheap?
They will be on sale.
Can we get those TJ Martinell books for cheap?
Absolutely.
Oh, hell fucking yeah, dude. No, that's good shit. You gotta buy those.
and everything else.
I might read a little bit more than people think. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you buy those fucking books.
He's graduated from reading a stop sign to reading a restaurant menu.
I almost said the N-word. I read philosophy books, and eventually, now this is something
He
that,
reads great philosophy books like Green Eggs and Ham.
Well, it's a great philosophy book, in my opinion. Eventually, now I'm going to tease this, Matt. It doesn't matter. This may never happen. Eventually, we might have Philip Mainlander. Nothing?
The awkward silence there was perfect. We might have Philip Mainlander.
We
yes.
might have Philip Mainlander. He's dead. He's been dead forever. He killed himself because he realized Matt was going to be a person someday. So he's like, yeah. He was like, world's trying to kill itself. I see that through Matt Forney. But I don't know. Buy these fucking books. These are good books. We've got great books. Also, was it Catherine's book? Is fucking great. I haven't read it, but like she rules.
Catherine? You mean Karen?
Karen, yeah. I'm great at promoting these books.
Yeah.
One of these days, I promise we're going to get Paul Town. You know,
we already had him last month.
No, I meant publishing him.
Well, he already vowed he would do that. So, by the way, he's going to be appearing at Expats event in Queens, I think, this Saturday. If you're in the New York City area, go check it out. I think Manny Moreau's going to be. He's obviously going to be there. He's running it. Ted Prokash is going to be there. Go check it out. Go to getexpatpress.com for the details, or check out their Twitter.
Hell yeah.
Expats, good people.
I can't wait for when we have a Terror House event sometime in Florida. And it's just like, hey, oops, we're not doing anything that we said. Go home.
You're gonna Chief Keef that bitch.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna sing one song and leave, dude. Like, I'm proud to be an American. I'm tired of doing this song, and then I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
That'll be the Terror House event. But this is a show. All right, do your whole fucking. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for him to say it. Hold on, start it.
TerrorHousePress.com, TerrorHouseMag.com, all episodes of TerrorHouseRadio.com, social media links in the description. Show is co-hosted by Bryden Proctor. Presented by Kachi Dag. Intro music by Zero Pulse.
Oh, by Jugs. Remember Jugs?
She's gone now.
Well,
she just dropped off the face of the internet. Like she's.
I think she's still got a Twitter.
No, she's gone. She's totally gone.
Okay, hold on. Send me on the Discord right now that fucking thing. I'm gonna do it. That's what we should do. Send me that thing. I'll do it really good.
I don't have it written down.
Oh, the fact that you memorized it is weird. All right, so
you made fun of me for not memorizing it in the early part of the show.
That's true. Hey guys, guess what? This was Terry. Hey guys, this was Terror House. It's been great having you here. This is the way that we would normally leave the show. Iljim 9,000. See you next time. We're the Terror House.